Have you ever wondered if the life that feels peaceful right now is quietly taking something from you? Because sometimes I look at my own routine and think, maybe I'm not actually at peace. Maybe I've just become very good at avoiding anything that could disturb me. You wake up at the same time, you go to work, you come home, you eat something, open YouTube, scroll for a while, maybe watch a series you've already seen twice. Nothing terrible happens. The bills are mostly paid, the room is warm, your phone is charged, and somehow that feels like success. Especially now, in 2026, when everything outside feels unstable. Prices change, jobs disappear, people burn out, and every week the internet finds a new reason to tell us the future is collapsing. So having a predictable life can feel like winning. You tell yourself, at least I'm safe. And honestly, that makes sense. The part I can't understand is when safety slowly becomes the only thing we care about. Because there was probably a version of you who wanted more than this. Not necessarily fame or millions of dollars. Maybe you wanted to create something, move somewhere else, learn a language, build your own business, become someone you would actually be curious to meet. But those dreams usually don't disappear in one dramatic moment. Nobody wakes up and says, today, I'm officially giving up on the person I could become. It happens much more quietly. You say you'll start when work becomes less stressful. You'll try after you save more money. You'll take the risk when you feel confident. You'll finally focus when your life becomes more organized. Then a few months pass, then a year. And the strange thing is, your life might even improve during that time. You find a better apartment, you buy a nicer chair, you learn exactly which food to order when you don't feel like cooking. Your evenings become comfortable, efficient, almost frictionless. But something inside you still feels hungry. Not desperate, not loud, just hungry. I think this is what makes the comfort trap so difficult to notice. If your life were painful, you would try to escape it. But when your life is pleasant enough, there is no emergency. Nothing forces you to change. You're not drowning. You're just standing in the same water for years. And maybe that's what I would call the pleasant plateau. Nothing is seriously wrong, but nothing is really growing either. Your life is functional, stable, manageable. You can't complain too much. But you also can't remember the last time you surprised yourself. And when you do feel that uncomfortable thought that maybe you're wasting your potential, there are endless ways to make it disappear. One more video, one more episode, one more hour of scrolling through people who are doing the things you keep imagining yourself doing. The modern world is almost perfectly designed for this. Any small feeling of boredom, loneliness, ambition, or doubt can be removed within seconds. You don't even have to sit with it long enough to understand what it's trying to tell you. Maybe that restlessness isn't a problem. Maybe it's information. Maybe it's the part of you that still remembers what you wanted before comfort became your main goal. But anyway, I don't think comfort is evil. I'm not saying we should destroy our stable lives, quit our jobs tomorrow, and chase some dramatic dream because a stranger on the internet told us to. That would be stupid. And also, there are periods when surviving is enough. Sometimes you genuinely need rest. Sometimes choosing stability is the most responsible thing you can do. But according to my theory, there is a difference between resting because you're tired and building your entire life around never feeling uncomfortable again. Rest gives your energy back. Avoidance slowly takes it away. That difference is difficult to see from the outside. Two people can have exactly the same routine. One of them feels grounded, the other feels trapped. Maybe even they don't know which one they are. I think you notice it in small moments. Like Sunday night when nothing bad has happened, but you suddenly feel a strange sadness. Or when you see someone attempting something risky and your first reaction is to criticize them. But underneath that criticism, there is a little jealousy. Or when someone asks what you want from life, and you give them a practical answer because the real answer feels embarrassing now. Maybe you stop saying it out loud because you're afraid people will ask why you haven't done anything about it. And that's where the grief begins. Not the grief of losing something you had, the grief of slowly realizing you might never meet the person you thought you would become. That person still appears sometimes, usually late at night. They remind you of old plans, abandoned ideas, and promises you made when you thought you had more time. Then morning comes, the alarm rings, and the routine begins again. Maybe the most frightening thing about comfort is that it doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like a warm waiting room. You sit there believing your real life will begin eventually. After this difficult month, after this busy year, after you finally feel ready. But what if nobody calls your name? What if there's no announcement telling you it's time to begin? I might be completely wrong, but maybe the future isn't something that arrives and saves us. Maybe it is something we quietly build through the uncomfortable decisions we keep postponing. And maybe peace is not the absence of fear. Maybe real peace is knowing that even while you are afraid, you haven't completely abandoned the person waiting inside you. So I guess the question isn't whether your life is comfortable. The question is, what is that comfort costing you? And when you finally find out, will the price already have been paid?